Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is just a, I guess, a little discussion video about Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. I just got back and I had a great freaking trip, I'll tell you that much. But, this is just basically in the beginning of this video, just me telling you that I am back and that content is going to be resuming, as normal with, tributes and gameplay videos and discussions and unboxings and whatever. I did get a few souvenirs from Universal, specifically Harry Potter Land, so I'm going to be showing those off in, future videos. Basically, this is just going to be me talking about my trip. So, the weather was great. I think that, it did rain a few times because, again, it's Florida. It rains. But, it definitely, whenever it did rain, we go inside or we ride a ride or we eat or something and then we come out. So weather was good. Plane flight was good. Plane flight? Yeah, thought I said flame plate. Anyway, that was good. I'm filming this at night. And I also got a little lanyard here, as you can see. You got some cool stuff in there. I have a little cool Universal Studios thing, which is pretty cool. Basically, you wear this thing in the park and then you just show them. It's like a little fast pass. They scan it. You can go on your rides. But, I went to Universal when I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. It was like 10 or 11 years ago, okay? It was a long time ago. And we went to Harry Potter Land, and, there were a few things missing, right? Of course, they had the Hogwarts train, but, there was no train. It was just like the marquee kind of, still train that didn't move type thing. And, we went to Dr. Seuss Land, stuff like that. But, going back now at age 23, I love Disney World. You can't beat Disney World, but I'd say it's Disney, and then Universal's probably like right there. I mean, it's so freaking fun. You know what I mean? So, I really did enjoy it for not the most part. I enjoyed it. It was like a 10 out of 10 trip. But I guess we'll start with Harry Potter Land. I got a wand, which I will show you guys my wand collection in a future video. I got Birdie Bot's Every Flavor Beans, which I'm going to be trying out. Probably to my detriment, but, I'm going to be eating them, so, that'll be another video. I got a few more souvenirs, which I'll show later on in a separate video. Again, this is just me talking about the trip, but I had a great time. I think that, the Spider-Man ride, the Simpson ride, the Mummy, freaking Velocicoaster, all these rides were so great, but, Universal is not Disney. I think Disney has better animatronics and better world building, but Universal has better, thrill rides, and more like, better simulations, stuff like that. There's moments where, you're riding the Spider-Man ride, and I'm also going to have a link to all the rides that I did ride in the description of this video, so go check out the links and all that, subscribe to their channels, myself. But, take the Spider-Man ride, for example. Electro, he goes, intruders, and he says whatever. But, you're in a car, and you're watching a big screen, and there's a lot of 3D glasses, which kind of sucks because I wear glasses. So I kind of have to put those things over these. And I don't want to, scratch the poop out of them, but it is what it is. But, basically, you wear these 3D glasses. Electro, for example, he kind of, he shocks the car. And, it's 3D, and you're watching a big screen, but your car also moves and shakes, so it's just stuff like that. The Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, or whatever. Gru freaking hits you, or, a minion throws something at you and it hits you, but, the car actually moves back. So, you're not actually moving too much, you're not actually going straight back, left, and right. You're just kind of moving in one position, just kind of vibrating and shaking a lot. And because of the screen, it genuinely makes you feel like you're actually there. Like watching these videos on YouTube it's freaking great if you can't make it, but it really does not, give any justice to the actual rides. Those simulations are amazing. And just, like I said, the Mummy, roller coasters, something like there was a Harry Potter one, Escape from Gringotts, something like that. It was funny because we were in Diagon Alley, and I told my aunt and uncle we went with them, so thank you guys, had a great time, shout out to you. But I was like, hey, let's go to Gringotts, because, I know I saw the bank, they have the cool dragon, it's effing cool, but the doors were closed, so I assumed you can't go in it. And I was like, okay, let's go in Gringotts as a joke. We went inside, turns out there wasn't inside, there was an actual effing ride. And then the ride shows you the Gringotts, the area, and you see goblins working in the giant, chandeliers, and then you take an elevator down to the tunnels where the treasure is, and then there's a huge awesome ride where Bellatrix and Voldemort and Nagini attack you. Bill Weasley's there, Harry Potter, Ron, Hermione. It's just insane. And yeah, there's 3D glasses, and yeah, there's a screen, but it's just so interactive, you know what I mean? Like, Bellatrix, the way the camera angles work, like, you know, she's just shooting at your car, and the way you turn the corner and just eclipse her, it's just, you know, I do edits myself with tributes, and I can tell when something is edited well. And, you know, they didn't, like, edit the thing, it's just the way, you know, they timed the attraction, but it's so cool, you know what I mean? Like, there's a giant, like, stone guy, and he just moves you like this, and when he shoves you, you're suddenly on a track, and then there's a roller coaster. You know, you're on the Mummy, and it's just a dark ride, and then all of a sudden, the flames are up, and it's a crazy, like, 50-mile-per-hour thing. You know what I mean? It's insane. So the simulations are really great. Simpsons was great. You know, freaking Transformers was good. I think the worst ride of the park was Fast and Furious. I've never seen the movies. It was very cheesy. It had really shitty acting, and I think it was fun. You know, of course it's going to be fun, but comparing that ride to everything else, I mean, there's no comparison. It's by far the worst in the park. And it's not a bad attraction. Like I said, I had a good time. I had fun, but comparing that to every other ride in the park, that felt a little lacking. But other than that, every other ride was great. Weather was great, good souvenirs, had fun with my aunt and uncle. We had a really good time. And, you know, swimming was great. The hotel was amazing. So I really genuinely had a good time. And, again, I'll be having some future videos based on stuff that I brought home coming soon. But if I can narrow down the best rides, I would have to say it would probably be the roller coasters. Because, look, I go to Disney World almost every year for 3 weeks. And I ride I basically ride everything. The only things I haven't ridden is Space Mountain and Expedition Everest. I'm effing riding those next time. Because I'll tell you what, at Universal, we rode freaking Rip Ride Rocket roller coaster. We had the Incredible Hulk. We had the Velocicoaster. We had Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. We had Flight of the Hippogriff, the FN Hippogriff one. All of these, you know, the Hippogriff one isn't as insane, and there are roller coasters that are meant for kids and adults, and there's some that are genuinely probably meant for teens, or, you know, adults up, so to speak, because they're effing intense. And I have never, before coming to this, you know, this trip, I have never ridden a motorcycle. I didn't do that either, but Hagrid has a motorbike, you know, it's the motorbike in the sidecar. Anyway, I've never ridden a, I guess, roller coaster, I should say. I mean, I'm trying to think. Some of them are technically, like, a hybrid of both, but basically they're roller coasters. And I've never ridden one before that had an upside down, or a vertical loop, or an inversion, or a corkscrew, or whatever the fudge. Normally in Disney, again, you know, Big Thunder Mountain, pretty intense for Disney ride. You know what I mean? It's fun as fudge, but in terms of thrill factor, it's not as up as, say, Universal. You know what I mean? So, riding Rip Ride Rocket for the first time, I was a bit nervous. I'm not going to effing lie. Because, again, I've been on roller coasters, but never one that had this intense of a, you know, experience. And again, I'm going to have all these in the description of this video. So if you want to watch them individually, just check the description. The links should be there. But, you know, Rip Ride Rocket, I'm just going to say the Rock and Roller Coaster because I can't pronounce the damn thing. But basically, you pick a song, you know, a rock song. So I chose Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, whatever. And it was a good song for the ride because there's no, you know, loop-de-loop, but there is sort of an inversion. So basically you kind of go up and then you kind of turn, so it looks like you're going upside down, but you're really still right side up. You know, it's kind of like a mind effort thing, but it really is cool. And after riding that, I mean, it's freaking fast. I mean, my butt lifted off the seat. And again, you're strapped in there so effing good, you're not going to, trust me, alright? You're not going to go nowhere. But the whole point is called airtime. Apparently it's a thing. And basically this had a butt ton of airtime because my butt literally lifted off and had some quality airtime. And I'll tell you, it was pretty freaking cool. I literally got off that thinking, holy crap, I just did this, and I got to effing do it again, like ASAP. And then I worked up enough man courage to ride the Velocicoaster. So basically I rode one of the more tamer roller coasters, and then my mind immediately jumped to, let's ride the most intense thing in the whole Florida district, basically, and you know, Universal at least. And it was, I mean, it was by far the best thing that in terms of roller coaster. You know, I mean, I love Disney, and I think I kind of you know, put Disney and Universal as like separate things because Disney is like its own beast. But Velocicoaster, holy frick, man, this was a great roller coaster. I tell you, the you know, inversions, the corkscrew in the end when you know, do literally a 360 thing underwater, or not underwater, above the water. If you went underwater, you probably die. But you know, over the water, pretty freaking cool. You have a little I guess not loop-to-loop, they have like the inversions and all that. There's a moment where you literally turn it upside down for like 2 seconds. I mean, it's pretty insane. You know, there's velociraptors and, you know, dinosaur, you know, animatronics and, you know, statues and whatever that you're kind of passing as you ride, but it's freaking intense. I mean, people that say, you know, oh, it's not, it's intense. But here's the thing. I've never ridden a loop-to-loop before, and that brings me to the Incredible Hulk. That had like 3 loop-to-loops, and I swear to God, I thought I was going to die. Because I'm in the line for Velocicoaster and Hulk, thinking, what am I doing? I'm going to throw up, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get a headache, and I'm not going to want to spend the rest of the day at the park, or I'm going to die. Something's going to, the freaking thing's going to come loose, I'm going to shoot right off and hit my head. You know, I mean, I was just thinking the worst. And, yeah, Hulk had 3 loops, but it was by far one of the best things of my... Like, in terms of, you know, thrilling stuff, I mean, the Incredible Hulk is up there for sure. It's a great ride. But that leads me to Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which is my second favorite ride at the park. And, you know, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, as you can obviously tell. I covered all the movies. I played the Lego Harry Potter games. Harry Potter is one of the best franchises of all time, period. And, you know, not only going to Diagon Alley, going to Hogsmeade, riding the Forbidden Journey in Hogwarts, you know, seeing the castle shows, seeing the people singing, you know, the songs from the movie. You're going to Ollivanders and actually getting picked and getting, you know, having a wand choose me, which I'll get to in a future video. It's effing insane. But the fact that you can actually ride, you know, Hagrid's, you know, ride the motorbike, you know, my uncle was in the little sidecar, and I'm on the motorbike, and I'm literally hunched over like this because, you know, I have to grab the freaking handles. So I'm like this. Imagine Ghost Rider. You know that scene from Ghost Rider? I think it's like 2, where like Nicolas Cage, you know, Johnny Storm, or not Johnny Storm, whatever his name is, you know, he turns into Ghost Rider, and it's kind of like he kind of goes like that. It's really weird when I do it like that, but, you know, I mean, he like dodges toward the camera as his face is melting off. It's like a very rage and like adrenaline-filled shot. I think you know what I'm talking. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm doing. If you haven't seen the movie, I look like I'm on acid, but I'm not. So basically, that was me, because I'm holding the handlebars like this, and, you know, Hagrid's talking, and my uncle and me, you know, we're screaming, people are yelling, I'm in the front row, and it's like going 70, you know, whatever, 60, 70 miles per hour, and it was at night, and it was just freaking awesome. You know, I mean, there's the, you know, there's no loops, but you do, you know, go backwards a little bit. There's literally like a 17-foot drop. And, you know, it's very interactive. There's a Hagrid animatronic. Isn't that good? I did study it up close for a few seconds while we were passing through it. His mouth didn't move. Pretty crap. But, you know, again, Disney is the king of animatronics. But at the same time with this, it was just a thrilling effing thing. You know what I mean? Like, everything, every roller coaster was thrilling. Even the Flight of the Hippogriff, which, you know, is more for families and everyone, not just adults. You know, it's for kids can ride it, and teens and adults. That one's not as intense, but it's just as fun. But, you know, riding Hulk and Rip Ride and, you know, Velocicoaster. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I had a good time, and I conquered my fear of crazy ass, you know, roller coasters, because I literally, like, I've never ridden them before. I was like, wow, I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna die. You know, I don't know. But you know, I came away from the whole experience really freaking loving it, and I can't wait to go back and ride them again. So other than that, you know, I mean, I had a great time. I conquered some fears. I had some really fun moments. Got some good food, got some good souvenirs, which I will be making videos on soon. Again, if you want to actually check out every ride that I rode, you can go check out the description of this video, and I'll have all the links to everything that I, you know, rode during the trip. But, you know, I love the roller coasters. I love the simulations. I mean, the Harry Potter Forbidden Journey is cool because you literally go, like, upside down like this, like you're facing the freaking the ceiling. You know what I mean? It's pretty insane. You know what I mean? Like, if you rode the Millennium Falcon in Smuggler's Run or whatever in Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios in Disney World, it's basically the same thing, except Millennium Falcon, if you're like, you know, 4 freaking years old, or like an idiot adult, and you smash into every freaking thing, that's, you know, it's not the best. But, you know, when I pilot, or a sane person flies, and they actually get into the moment, and, you know, they really try not to screw things up, and you're dodging things, maybe hit 1 or 2 things, but, you know, you're actually attempting to do a good job. That's basically how you feel, except for, you know, when you're piloting the Millennium Falcon, you're actually piloting the Millennium Falcon. For these, you don't have any control. It's just going which way or the other. But the way they, you know, edit them, and the way they're transitioned, and the way they're just created and made, it is like an objective, fun experience. You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe you'll get a little seasick here or there, but, you know, take a pill, I don't know. But if you've never been on a simulation like I have, and you've never been on a loop-to-loop, point of the whole moral, I guess, of this video is, if you're scared to do something, try it, and then if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do like it, there you effing go, you conquered a fear. You know what I mean? That's basically what I did. and I was, I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to go back to Universal for X amount of years, so, maybe, who knows, I might go next year, I don't know, fingers crossed, for at least 2 days or whatever, but, I was like, alright, look, my uncle's like, hey, you want to ride Velocicoaster? And I'm like, alright, fudge it, let's go, screw it, whatever. And I loved it, you know what I mean? So I had a great time, great weather, great flight, had great souvenirs, good food, all of it was, amazing. So yeah, shout out to my aunt and uncle for taking me. I had a great time. And again, tell me in the comments down below if you want me to, discuss a certain thing about Universal, a favorite ride, favorite part of a ride, favorite park or whatever, just tell me down below. Again, description, check that out as well. I'm going to have a bunch of links for all the rides that I rode. I'm at least going to try to do that and, at least try to get them all. So I basically rode them all except the Hogwarts Express and like 2 of the water rides. But I loved them, the Jurassic World ride, didn't even talk about that. You have a freaking 80-some foot hill. That was insane. You get a little bit of wet, it's a water ride. So yeah, it was awesome. And again, I'm going to be having videos talking about that and, the Bernie Bite Every Flavor Bean. I'm going to show my entire wand collection, including the new one I just got. So look forward for that awesome stuff. And again, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga content, everything. I'm doing everything again. I'm going to be reviewing Iron Man 3 soon. I just finished Rick and Morty Season 1, so all that cool stuff is coming. Don't you worry. I am back, and I'm going to be resuming content as normal. Again, I'm still in school, but, I'm going to try my best to get at least 1 video a day. And, so maybe a short or 2, I don't know. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of just kind of me casually talking about my time at my vacation. This probably won't get a whole lot of views, but, if you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and of course, tell me in the comments down below if you want me to talk about anything Universal related. Again, one more time, check the description. Hopefully I'll do it, and, maybe if watch the Velocicoaster if you've never seen it before, or watch the Mummy ride, or, freaking, I don't know, The Simpsons, whatever. It's, it's fun. And, but truly, like I said, these roller coasters and these simulation rides and all that, watching them on YouTube is good, but, actually going there, it's a completely different animal, when you're, like, in a simulation, and you're freaking bopping and weaving all around, it's not, like, I never got sick once, I never got an upset stomach, I never got a headache, none of that, but it definitely is, it is different, and it's a complete blast. So, Disney World is still the best in my opinion, but Universal is a pretty close second, and I had a great time. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.